athlete representing the country. Let's go to another. How about two-time Winter Olympian Michael Martinez as he takes on a new gig as a coach for aspiring figure skaters. Martinez even showed a video of him. Here it is in action as a coach on social media. Oh, Coach Michael in action. He also wrote on Facebook that he's excited to share his knowledge to potential figure skaters. Martinez made a name for himself after his stints in the 2014 and 2018 Winter Olympic Games. Now, what's it like coaching aspiring figure skaters, and will he participate in 2026 for the Winter Olympics in Italy? Well, to answer all those questions, and now joining us for an all-out conversation and to answer that and more is two-time Winter Olympian himself, Michael Martinez. Mike, welcome back to CNN Philippines live in the studio. It's been a while.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kailan ba yung huli? When was the last time we had you here?
I don't know, it's been a long time.
Tagal na, no?
Yeah.
Yung tinuruan mo pa ako mag-ganon-ganon. yung famous ganon, no? Yes. How are you? How have you been? Again, the top story is you're into coaching now, coaching young skaters, and that's really good because, of course, a Winter Olympian yourself, coaching young kids, that's something, diba? It's not every day that you see an Olympian coaching aspiring figure skaters, but how have you been so far? I know it's been a bumpy road for you. Last time we spoke, kailangan ng funds, diba, to support you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing fine. Doing my best. I'm really happy to be back, and honestly to be back here also in the Philippines, and especially coaching the Filipino athletes here. So I'm really, really happy.
And you did arrive October early.
I think so.
Diba? Kailan ka dumating dito?
Like October 3, I think.
What was the plan? Was that the plan all along for you to come here to coach, or did you just come here for vacation? What happened there? Because last time you were in the States, diba?
Yes, I was in the U.S. Training and at the same time coaching at the on the side actually.
Okay.
And then I went back to Spain to actually move there to base there and hopefully to just do some training and at the same time some shows.
Yeah.
But I did got a call from the Philippine Federation here, and they were really talking to me like, hey, let's try to coach. To make you coach here in the Philippines and maybe, just test it out. And I said, okay, let's try it out for at least a month, and then, but it turns out really good.
I know. And you'll be telling us more about that. So you'll be staying here until the end of the month, or what's your schedule like going to be?
Well, my ticket was supposed to be only for a month, but
extend ka daw.
But I plan to extend, so yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be extending, and then you'll be flying to Spain. Doon ka na base ngayon, tama ba? Hindi na sa US.
Yeah, mahal.
Mahal? Kaya mo yan. Alam mo, Michael, it's really tough for coaches, especially those who became elite athletes. May time na, correct me if I'm wrong, pwede ka ma-frustrate. Dahil, di ba, you're an elite athlete yourself. You competed nga in Sochi, also in Korea, di ba? Two-time Winter Olympian, 2014 and 2018. Di ka nag-compete this year sa China. Pero okay lang. May Italy pa, 2026. Malay mo. So, hindi ka ba na-frustrate? Like, sometimes because, you expect so much as well. Like, you expect, or do you keep your expectations low? Especially coaching young kids?
It's just, I just give a lot of my students a lot of chances, and I feel like a lot of the skaters, a lot of the athletes have a lot of potential at the same time. So it really comes to the students, it comes to them, to the kids, to decide if they really want to do it, if really wants the sport. Because there are actually some students that I am very frustrated because they are talented, but they just don't want the sport. So it's kind of like, I don't know, where do you want? Sayang. I would talk to the parents like, sayang yung anak mo kasi she could Magaling.
Nakikita mong next pwedeng figure skater sa Olympics?
Yes. And
ilan taon tong bata?
14.
Oh, wow.
And she's like effortless doing the jumps and the programs, pero she doesn't want it. So it's like, like, why?
So frustrated si Michael Martinez.
Pero yun.
Saan to? Or where do you teach?
Mega Mall.
Okay. Alam mo ba na bata ako, doon din ako, di ba? Pero basic lang. Kasi gusto ko mag-hockey dahil Mighty Ducks. So you're teaching from what range ng kids yung tinuturuan mo?
7 years old to 14, 16, I think.
Okay. And may mga nakikita ka talagang potential Olympians? Realistically?
I think so. Just given the the knowledge that he needed and the training that he needed, I think it is very,
Pati
very
support.
possible.
Kasi
Yes,
ikaw mismo,
100%.
you went through, hindi, di ba? You went through
Yeah.
that same,
Yeah.
kumbaga may mga frustrations ka also.
Yes.
Di ba? Kaya nga hindi ka din nakakumpete sa 2022.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Is that the reason ba? Ba't hindi ka kasama ni Asa Miller dun sa 2022?
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of reasons too, but at the same time, like, yeah, majority of the time, it's just the financial stuff because everything is getting
Yeah.
more and more expensive and the training and everything.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Or pandemic din. Dahil
Pandemic din.
Di ba?
Yes.
No, kasi COVID has really stopped a lot. The whole
talaga.
world, di ba? And even a lot of sports, a lot of athletes also going through the same thing.
Yes.
Even, I remember talking to EJ Obena, he had to do a makeshift pole in Italy by himself, di ba? And mahirap talaga. How did COVID-19 like affect everything when it comes to you and your sport for figure skating?
It really affected especially the athletes, the skaters to compete, the venues, the competitions, the sponsors for the venue too. At the same time, it really affected everybody, and some of the skaters actually stopped, which is kind of heartbreaking. And some of the athletes that were really, really good before here in the Philippines actually completely stopped because of pandemic. It's just heartbreaking.
Nakakalungkot.
Yeah.
Diba? Nakakalungkot. And you also wanted to compete doon sa 2019 Southeast Asian Games,
Yes.
diba?
Yeah.
Nandito sa,
Yes.
diba? Kasi yun naman ang dream din talaga ng
Yeah.
every Filipino athlete.
Yes.
And any athlete in general, I believe, na you would want to compete, especially when you're hosting the games, when your country's hosting the games, because it's home turf,
Yes.
may home crowd advantage, diba, if you want to put that. But also the Tokyo Olympics, and then yun nga, na-deny, tama ba? Na-deny ka on both instances because of report. Anong nangyari doon? Miscommunications with the with the skating union? If it's okay.
I don't know to say if I can say anything right now at this point, but
Tayong dalawa lang naman nag-uusap eh. Wala isipin yung sige, go ahead.
I mean, there's definitely reasons why I couldn't compete, and yeah. So next I will just do my best for the next Olympics. That's all I can say.
And you're keeping your sights kasi sa Milan, 'di ba? Sa
Oh yes,
Italy.
100%. 100%. All of this plans and all of this has a big reasons for me to be able to compete at the next Olympics.
Yeah. And you're still 25 years old, 'di ba?
25.
Bata magta-26 ka next.
ata.
Bata ka pa. Ilang taon ka ba 2026? 29, 30?
Yeah, 20 years.
Oh, kaya na Michael Martinez mo yun. Stay where you are. Diyan ka lang, di ba? We still have time. We'll grab you a glass of water. Kailangan mo yata ng tubig. Our conversation with two-time Winter Olympian Michael Martinez will continue after a really quick timeout. Stay tuned to Sports Desk only here on CNN Philippines. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us here on Sports Desk only on CNN Philippines. And our guest today inside the studio is two-time Winter Olympian and figure skater, now Coach Michael Martinez. I have to include that, Coach Michael. When you hear that, Coach, may kilig ba on your part? Did you ever dream of becoming a coach in your own sport?
Actually, yes. I've always wanted to be a coach, and I've always loved sharing whatever I've learned to everybody. So yeah.
So, etong pagko-coach mo, anybody can just go to you? How does that work?
Yes, you can just contact
PS.
someone from the federation or SM, someone from SM Megamall.
Okay.
Yeah, I teach us from all levels. I actually have a student in the US that is actually 50 plus years old, and I was able to make him jumps and spins and everything.
No way. Yeah. So, ibig sabihin, you're telling me, kaya mo din ako, mamaya turuan mo ako. Kaya ko mag-double axel or triple axel, kaya ko yun? Uy. Ano yung movie niya, no? Blades of Glory? Kaya si Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Kaya natin yan. Okay, so now, Michael, syempre, you are a coach, you are a two-time Winter Olympian. What else, and you're 25 years old. I'm not rubbing it in. Next month, mag-birthday ka. What else ang mga gusto mong ma-achieve? What do you want to happen in your personal career as a figure skater? And you were the first Filipino figure skater to represent the Philippines in the Winter Games, di ba? In 2014. Ano yung gusto mo pang mangyari sa figure skating, sa career mo?
Number one, of course, to be able to produce a lot of skaters that will be able to compete for the World Championships and hopefully in the Olympics. And at the same time, for me, I would love to do the first one for the Philippines to land of quad jump. So, which I've already landed a couple of times, but I just need to do it in competition. So.
How about a medal? Kasi yun yung, alam naman natin, pag sinabing Winter Olympics, it's already, no, di ba? It's already, kumbaga, an honor, a distinction in its own right to qualify. Dahil ang Pilipinas, walang winter.
Yes.
Tama ba ako? But how about realistically getting a medal, if not sa figure skating, maybe in Asa Miller's sport, in any other sport? Do you see that happening anytime soon, realistically? You think in Milan, kaya 2026?
For me,
ikaw.
I don't think so.
Anong kailangan?
Full-on training talaga and full-on support for the sport, which is really, really difficult to have at this point for now. So, yeah.
Ngayon, Michael, of course, the question is, and I did ask you, and sabi mo that's the target. And I remember when we were talking about yung support, because it's not, kumbaga, an easy sport, diba? You can't rely on talent alone. Tama ba ako?
Yes.
Especially with your sport. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, it's an expensive sport.
It is.
And you want to compete in the next Winter Olympics in 2026. Is there still time? Do you think it's still possible for you? And what do you need to get back to the Winter Olympics and represent the Philippines?
It's a difficult question. But
So may tubig ni Mike.
but I am thankful for the Philippine Federation now. The new federation president is actually doing something, and I'm really happy that they're really building the sport here in the Philippines. I'm really happy, and they're making it possible for me to work at the same time. So for that, I'm really thankful. But of course, it will be very difficult for me to be able to train outside. But at the same time, I'm just making the most out of it here. So.
Kasi sayang eh, di ba? Like let's bank on while you're reaching your peak, di ba? Na kaya pa. But have you already thought about what if hindi ka makakompete? Kasi it takes 4 years again, di ba? Training, rigorous training, and the support and everything. The life after figure skating in the Olympics.
I still want to compete. I mean, I still want to continue like coaching at the same time. Full time, and at the same time. Continue on like my social media, my YouTube, and my gaming streams, and yeah.
Do you, ayun nga, do you already have, yun nga, sabi mo nga, yung tinanong ko na yung post-figure skating plans, career outside skating. What else are you like looking forward to? Well, it seems, syempre, you're still bent on competing. Yun talaga gusto eh. Athlete, pag high, di ba, high level, hindi mo maaalis sa atleta yun eh.
Yeah.
Di ba? You will keep on as long as your body
can do it.
Di ba? Di ba? Di ba?
Yeah.
So, okay. Plans si Michael Martinez, last quarter of the year. What are your plans right now? Again, coaching, going back to Spain. Will you be training there? What's the plan like looking ahead? And then for 2023, ano ang nakaschedule na plano ni Michael Martinez?
So yes, definitely for this season, we'll be off from competing. I will be focusing on just really building myself and actually just financially through coaching, through anything means that I need to do for me to continue. And definitely for the next season, I'll be focusing on really just landing my quad jumps for the competitions and get.
How close are you from landing your quad jumps? Kasi yun parang yun na lang yung kulang sa routine.
Actually,
Yes.
Actually, well, this new technique I've learned for like the last 2 months of my training in Russia, it really helped me just really get to know my body and where I need to do all during my jumps. So it is actually the perfect technique that I found, and I think it is very close to do the quad jumps really easily on the next competitions. So yeah, very confident ako dun.
Ano gusto mo sabihin? Final message, pwesto na ako dito. Because Michael Martinez will be teaching me before we say goodbye. What do you want to tell the aspiring figure skaters? Of course, go bahala. Go ahead.
I just want to thank you for this and for everybody, for the team here. Thank you so much for making this possible, and at the same time for everybody who's been supporting, and to the aspiring athletes, aspiring figure skaters. Us Filipinos actually are built for this sport, honestly, to be honest, and just try it and. Yeah.
Stretching na ako dito eh. Okay, liga na Michael. Before we go, we have a few seconds to go. Okay, ano yung pwedeng basic na pwede mong ituro sa akin? Ano?
Paano ba?
Ikaw, impromptu.
How's your rotations?
Oh, sige, paano yun?
Paano ba yung rotation? So I feel like when you open your shoulder a little bit,
okay,
and then when you try to turn, yeah.
Hindi maganda tingnan. We'll do that again. With that, thank you again, Michael. The
Thank
best
you.
of luck to you, Coach Michael. Two-time Winter Olympian Michael Martinez. Of course, hopefully he can compete again in the Winter Olympics in 2026 in Italy. And that's it for the show. We've reached today's finish line. Join us again live tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the day's top sports stories. I'm Andre Felix. He's Michael Martinez. He'll be teaching me more figure skating. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sports Desk, only here on CNN Philippines. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Paano?